Volkswagen Golf R32 Mk4, driving the classics. I was 9 years old when VW's all-out all-wheel drive Golf R32 arrived in the UK in 2002. It ended up being one of those cars that stuck in my memory as a young lad, due in part to my growing obsession in cars but mostly as it was one of my favorite hot hatches to use in Gran Turismo 4 and Forza Motorsport. While out at the 2018 Worthesea Festival, VW had wheeled out some of its latest performance hatches. Read my thoughts on the Golf R with Performance Pack here, and some of its heritage fleet. Among those, the Mk4 R32 in deep blue pearl, was the waiting. Would this be a case of never meet your heroes? The Mk4 R32 was a 2003 model year special, designed to sit atop the Golf GTI as an even hotter performance hatch, and was arguably the start of VW's R line of cars. In the case of the Mk4 Golf, sitting as a halo model above the Mk4 Golf GTI was a good thing. The Mk4 GTI was widely recognized as one of the worst Golf GTIs in the car's 40-odd-year history. It felt stodgy to drive, wasn't that quick and hardly looked like a GTI at all. In came the R32 to save the day, the most powerful and sportiest Golf of all time. In 2002, anyway. The 3.2-litre VR6 was simply a larger version of the tried and tested 2.8-litre VR6 VW already had in service, along with the brand's Haldex-based 4-motion all-wheel drive system. In the R32's case, a new 6-speed manual was developed to handle the shove, and it became the first car in VW Group's portfolio to use the now ubiquitous DSG, direct shift gearbox, automatic, albeit in Germany only. The UK's first DSG appetite whetter would be Audi's MK1 TT V6 Quattro in 2003. It's as sensible as ever inside and, for the most part, has stood the test of time for what is now a 16-year-old car. R32 highlights include Koenig sports seats, ESP, climate control, rain-sensing wipers and cruise control. The heritage car we drove also came with navigation, which after a quick fumble around with it, deducted that it was completely unfathomable, not least because it's placed really far down the dashboard. How times have, mostly, changed, eh? The R32's additions were just enough to perk up a fairly drab cabin, with the seats in particular the standout point. The part leather, part Alcantara pews look the part but are actually a little uncomfortable, with very firm backrests. Still, the side bolstering comes in handy when you're going some. Well, it's not exactly slow, even by today's standards. With the German spec DSG equipped, the R32 claims a 6.4 seconds 0 to 62 miles per hour time, 0.2 seconds quicker than the manual and almost as fast as a Mk7.5 Golf GTI Performance Pack, and it feels it. The VR6 engine booms a lot from inside the cabin but sings more tunefully from the outside, with that familiar tuneful warble that's almost like a trumpet player has fallen into an industrial-sized washing machine, mid-spin cycle. It's a memorable mix of wail and whoosh. It's enough to still send a shiver down your spine, especially if you've grown up in the era of overly boosty four-cylinder engines that dominate the hot hatch market today.